Alright. The name is Dale, doing a review of the Currency, Freddie Gibbs, and the Alchemist project called FETTI. This review is done on behalf of Audio Liquor Magazine. Give you a brief history on the three individuals who came together to put this project out. Currency's been doing this thing since 2009. I believe I have his two first albums, which was Pilot Talk 1 and Pilot Talk 2. They were pretty solid. I have a Weekends at Bernie's from Currency. That's pretty decent. It's decent. And I believe I have another joint called Stone Immaculate, which was just okay. And he's worked with the Alchemist before. They did a whole project together called Covert Coup, which was very good, very underrated. And I first became aware of Freddie Gibbs when he did this album with Madlib, who's a producer, one of my favorite producers. They did a joint together called Pinata. I believe it was called Pinata. That was very good. I have another joint from Freddie Gibbs called Shadow of a Doubt. It was okay. But another joint he put out not too long ago, which was called You Only Live Twice, was underrated. I thought that was a very good album. And Alchemist, he's been doing production and making beats for like almost 20 years, if not 20 years. His production credits range from Mobb Deep, Prodigy, Ghostface, Dilated Peoples, Nas, Styles P, Cormega, Jadakiss, Pharrell Monch. He's done production with Evidence, for Evidence, and with Evidence. They did an album together. They actually did an album together. Alchemist not only makes beats, but he raps too. He's more of a producer than a rapper, but he can rap. And he got together with Evidence, who also does beats, but he's more of a rapper. And they did an album called Step Brothers, which was very good, underrated joint. The Alchemist has done production for Royce da 5'9", Raekwon, etc., etc. And I would say, when it comes to styles, Currency and Freddie Gibbs are like the yin and the yang. They very different. They both got that southern twang to them. Currency is from New Orleans, Louisiana, and I believe Freddie Gibbs is from Indiana. I don't know if that's considered the South or the Midwest, but Currency, he has this laid back southern drag flow. He kind of reminds me of this other rapper who, from back in the day, called Devin the Dude. His cadence and his voice reminds me of Devin the Dude. And he raps about smoking a lot like Devin the Dude did. So that's where the similarities come in too as well. And then you got Freddie Gibbs, who also has that southern kind of accent, if you will, but it's more upbeat. It's more aggressive. You could say Currency is like the edgier version of Devin the Dude, but Freddie Gibbs is like more gangster. I really wouldn't consider Currency a gangster rapper, but I will consider Freddie Gibbs more of a gangster rapper. In this new climate, he's considered a gangster rapper. So they have very different styles, but it works. They have good chemistry together. It's a good blend. And they've done songs together before. Actually, Freddie Gibbs is featured on the joint that Currency did with the Alchemist. He's featured on one of those songs from that project, Covert Coup. So they've done songs before together, like I said. And this project FETTI, feels very organic. It feels very spontaneous, like it wasn't planned. I don't know if that was the case or not, but it doesn't feel like a planned project, even though it probably was. But it just felt, to me, listening to it, it felt like one person, maybe Currency, was in the studio with the Alchemist, and Freddie Gibbs was on his way to get a beat or something from the Alchemist. The Alchemist had these beats he let them listen to, and they just started writing and rapping. They made a few songs together. Next thing you know, they got like 5 joints. Like, come on, let's keep going. Let's just knock out a few more. And then you had a whole project, a whole album. So that's how I feel like it came together to me. It feels very organic. And the production is nice. When it comes to the content of this FETTI project, is basically and mostly braggadocious hood shit. They just talking shit. It doesn't really deviate from that. But they go in, they got lines, especially Freddie Gibbs. He kills this project. He be saying some shit. And the production is nice, mellow samples, soulful loops, very bassline driven, not heavy on drums on some tracks. There's a few tracks where there's no drums at all, but it still knocks. It's still that head nod music. There was only one track, one song that I didn't like. It's nine songs total. It was only one track I didn't like. And there's only like one track that's over 3 minutes and some change. Most of the tracks are like 2 minutes and a few seconds. So it's a short, compact project. Very easy to listen to. It's one of them joints you can just put on and let it go. Really, I really highly recommend people seek this joint out and download it, stream it however you do. I will give this joint a strong B+. There you have it. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm out.